Welcome to my speech. My name is Agostina Cooley and I'm going to introduce you to a very interesting topic, which is the fear of trees and other bizarre phobias you never knew were real. So I would like to focus on the real struggle behind it. Unfortunately, phobias are underestimated or made fun of, but they represent a real threat for the people who deal with. So, for example, have you ever felt like you couldn't breathe, like you were going to throw up, or you had a lot of palpitations? Well, these are symptoms that people who suffer with phobias deal in a daily basis. So, for example, nature. Nature is something that, for most of people, brings us joy or peace, but for other people can represent a real threat. By the research made by Joyce Davidson from the University of Ontario, all the phobias related to nature are related with the lack of control over it. So for example, we have dendrophobia, which is the fear of trees. People with this condition are afraid of all the danger that is hidden in trees, like spiders, scorpions, snakes, and also for all the accidents that they can cause, shades, wind, etc. Normally the symptoms are palpitations, shortness of breath, and a lot of scary situations in their everyday nature experiences. So the therapy, medication, and sometimes medication can help to treat with these type of phobias. So stay in the nature field. We have insectophobia, which obviously is the fear of insects, which is categorized by the American Psychiatric Association by a mental disorder. People with insectophobia are afraid of being stung by an insect, having an infestation in their body, in their house, or even having a disease. And unfortunately, it affects their social life because they don't want to go outside or they don't want to go to any event in the outdoor environments. So not just nature, but sometimes the extreme dependence on things can cause phobias. For example, nomophobia. Nomophobia is the fear of being detached from cell phone connectivity. People with this type of condition, they are afraid of not having connection, of not having access to the information. Sometimes this can cause a lot of anxiety, stress, anger, and it's very recommended to improve the human-to-human interaction and also reduce the time spent with technology. As well, we have ergophobia. Ergophobia is the persistent fear of work. Unfortunately, people with ergophobia, they are extremely exhausted because of all the hours that they spend at work. And normally they don't want to go because of all the bad experiences that happen in this environment or the bad relationships with it. Normally they cannot perform really well at work because they are just very tired, they feel a lot of guilt, they are nervous, and they're simply afraid of going to work. So it's very important to detect all the situations that are causing this problem and take strong decisions to change it. But some phobias are very, very difficult to believe because some things can mean pleasure for most of people, but for other people can become a real fear. For example, somniphobia, the extreme fear of sleep. People with somniphobia, they just avoid going to bed because they are afraid of dying while they sleep or having nightmares, hallucinations, etc. And normally they cannot concentrate very well because of the lack of sleep. So it's recommended to consume less caffeine, less alcohol, having a better diet, and exercise more. And the last one, and my favorite, is pleurophobia. It's very rare, but it's the fear of wealth. People with pleurophobia, they are afraid of handling a lot of money, and they are afraid of being followed or harmed because of it. And normally they have a lot of stress, anxiety, anger, aggressiveness, and it's caused by a lot of bad situations in their lives and sometimes a lot of social media influence. And the therapy and all the medication and meditation is recommended to treat with this type of phobia. So by now, I really hope you're more aware about phobias and how they are present in our lives and in our world. As can be seen, a lot of situations can change the way that we perceive normal things. And work, nature, technology, pressure, everything can become a fear. Maybe you're not dealing with this, but maybe you know someone, and it's very important to show your respect, your support, and why not, your help. Thank you.